Coming up on Chicago Bears Now, we take a look at an extensive injury report. Injuries galore here on Wednesday's injury report from Hallis Hall. Roschon Johnson update, plus a look at several other key players, including Tevin Jenkins. Is he full go? Is he still going to have to be a guy that rotates in? Is he still getting his conditioning back after his IR stint? Matt Eberflus commented on that. And then shout out to DJ Moore. Go, DJ. That's my DJ. DJ Moore racking up the stats and picking up a key award today. Lots to discuss here on Chicago Bears Now, but before we dive into all of that, don't jinx it. Don't put it to chance. If you want the Bears to beat the Vikings this week to improve to 2-4, like this video. I'm shooting for 1,500 likes on today's show, and I don't want to regret it. I don't want to look back and be like, man, if I was the guy who didn't like the video, that's why we lost. Hit that like button if you want the Bears to beat the Vikes on Sunday. Is Bears rookie running back Roschon Johnson set to be out this week? That's how we kick off today's episode of Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. Roschon Johnson and Lucas Patrick are both still in the concussion protocol, according to Matt Eberflus and today's injury report. And let's be honest, that's probably a signal that they are both going to be out on Sunday. Now, there's still a few more days to potentially clear those protocols if you're Roschon and Lucas Patrick, but I don't love the chances that they have, considering it's been over 5 days since Thursday Night Football and both are still in the protocol. Now, you look at this running back situation as a whole, when you talk about Roschon in particular, it's a little tricky, right? Because Khalil Herbert, he's not going to play this week. We know he's at least out this week. Travis Homer's dealing with the hamstring injury as well. I think this is going to be a heavy dose of D'Onta Foreman. Now, that's not a bad thing, right? There's a reason the Bears brought in D'Onta Foreman. He played really, really well for the Carolina Panthers last year, in which he rushed for over 900 yards and 5 touchdowns after they traded Christian McCaffrey away. That's when most of this damage was done. If he was the full-time starter from week 1 last year, he probably would have been a 1,200-yard guy. So he's a capable runner. Now, I think Herbert's a better player in this system, more proven in this system, but there's a reason you create depth at some of these positions, right? So when injuries pop up, you still can hang on. And look, I think Darrynton Evans, if both Herbert and Roschon are out, which I expect to be the case, he's going to play as well. I mean, I think he's going to be out there toting the football around, and Kari Blasingame might get the occasional carry also. So certainly limited in the backfield this week in terms of your depth, but I still think the Bears can get by in the short term. Hopefully, if Roschon is out this week with that concussion, he gets back soon, gets healthy, and hopefully he's able to play in Week 7 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, if D'Onta Foreman is the starter, I'm going to set the over-under at 70 rushing yards this week. Can he hit that number? Type O for over, type U for under. Let us know in the comments below. Can D'Onta Foreman rush for more or less than 70 yards? Now, more on the injury report when you factor in Lucas Patrick still in the concussion protocol. This is what I expect the offensive line to look like on the opening snap this week. Larry Borom at left tackle as Braxton Jones remains on IR. Tevin Jenkins at left guard. We'll talk more about him in a sec. Cody Whitehair at center. Nate Davis and Darnell Wright on the right side at right guard and at right tackle. And I think this is pretty serviceable, at least for now. Obviously, Larry Borom having his ups and downs, but I think he's filled in pretty admirably for Braxton Jones. Now, the question is Tevin Jenkins going to be a full go this week? We saw him play 37 snaps last week, rotated around initially with Cody Whitehair. He had to move to center, so then him and Ja'Tyre Carter were rotating at left guard. And Matt Eberflus said at his press conference today that the Bears and their coaching staff still working through the process of determining if Jenkins still needs to rotate at left guard or if he can play all of the snaps. Obviously, you got to get your conditioning back after spending a month on injured reserve, but I got to think Tevin Jenkins is ready. I mean, with this mini bye week, 10 days, I mean, that's an opportunity to get your wind out from underneath you. He already almost played 40 snaps last week and was fantastic, by the way, in those snaps. He should be able to handle a full load, and quite frankly, the Bears need him to. That's just the bottom line. So I think Jenkins will end up being the full starter at left guard this week. At least I hope that's the case. And with the extra few days in between games, I think there's a good chance that will be the case. Now, today's show sponsored by PrizePicks. Picks. Guys, PrizePicks is the best daily fantasy sports app out there. I've been having a blast this football season, and if you're looking to spice up your game day experience, look no further than PrizePicks. So how does it work, you ask? Well, here's how. You pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their PrizePicks projections, you can win up to 25 times your money on any given entry. I already got a little pick 3 action going for Thursday Night Football. 3 players here is 5 extra money, so 10 to win 50, 20 to win 100, etc. I got Patrick Mahomes more than 268.5 passing yards. I know it's a lot, but the Broncos secondary sucks. We saw Justin Fields throw for 335. Marvin Mims more than 18.5 yards. He's been averaging like 27 yards a catch this year, so if he catches one ball, he's probably going to hit that number. He's been a home run threat. And then I'm going less than 67.5 receiving yards for Travis Kelce. I know how good he's been, but he's been playing through injuries. He's questionable. Obviously, if he does not play, he would get removed from this pick 3 here with PrizePicks. But if he plays, I think he's going to be limited there. So I think Mahomes is going to have to go elsewhere. Get started with PrizePicks today. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get a deposit match up to $100. They will match you up to $100. It's PrizePicks. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Code CLNS. That link in description is in the description and in the comments. Okay, let's take a look at the full injury report. Just by player here. These 5 players did not practice today. Roschon Johnson, again, concussion protocol. Khalil Herbert, ankle injury. It's high ankle sprain, it sounds like. I don't think he's playing in the next week, if not more. Travis Homer, hamstring injury. If he didn't practice today, that's not a good sign. Equinemius St. Brown, this one's kind of floating under the radar. He's dealing with the hammy. He did not practice. Lucas Patrick, like Roschon, dealing with the head injury as well. With EQ, keep an eye on Tyler Scott, Bayless Jones this week. Could be an opportunity for one of those 2 guys to pop. This grouping was either limited or full. Doug Kramer, who's on IR, he was a full participant, so I'll be curious to see if he gets activated. Cole Kmet got added to the injury report, limited with the hamstring injury. I hope that didn't pop up today. That would not be ideal, so keep an eye on tomorrow's injury report with that one. Kyler Gordon limited with a hand injury. He's still on IR, so we'll see if he's activated. Jaylon Johnson limited with the hamstring. He said over the weekend he plans to play this week. Hopefully he's trending in that direction. Terell Smith pops on the injury report here with an ankle injury. He was limited. And then Eddie Jackson, who says he's trying to play this week, he was limited with that foot injury as well. Lots of players in the secondary, but I think opportunity for a lot of these guys to play. If at least 2 of Kyler Gordon, Jaylon Johnson, and Eddie Jackson could play this week, if at least 2 of those 3 could go, that would be a huge boost to this team. You already don't have to play Justin Jefferson as he is on injured reserve, so potentially getting healthy at the right time. But 11 players on the injury report today, guys. That is a lot, but I think a lot of them do have chances to play this week, so keep an eye as we progress, and we, of course, will have you covered. If you hate injuries, type H down in the comment section below. Go ahead and make that happen right now. If you cannot stand injuries, type H in the comments. Ah, yes, that is my DJ. DJ Moore, congratulations to the Bears wide receiver for winning NFC Offensive Player of the Week for NFL Week 5. He kicked off NFL Week 5 on Thursday Night Football with just a monster performance. Let's just revisit it for a second, shall we? 8 catches, 230 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Averaged almost 29 yards a catch. Just an absolute ridiculous showing. He's the first Bears receiver to win this award since 1999. Pretty crazy when you think about it. Also the first time he's won Player of the Week. Did never do it in Carolina. I'm excited for what's ahead. DJ Moore is blossoming in Chicago and showing he's a bona fide top 10 receiver in this league. Could he push for top 5? I'm not ready to say that, but top 10, I think he's there. Justin Fields has his true number 1 guy, and look at this. This is kind of crazy. When Justin Fields is targeting DJ Moore this season, he is 27 of 34, 531 yards, 5 touchdowns against 0 interceptions, and a perfect passer rating, 158.3. This duo can be special, man. Do I expect it to be a perfect passer rating all year? No. I mean, eventually there's going to that completion percentage will dip a bit, I'm sure, when targeting him. But until that happens, keep doing it. It's clearly working. I think what it means is DJ Moore's a special player. Justin Fields is probably the most talented player. Actually is the most talented player Moore has played with. Obviously, the jury is somewhat still out on Fields, but I've talked about my excitement of him trending in the right direction. I think this duo could be something special in Chicago, and hopefully that continues this week against the Minnesota Vikings. Go, DJ. That's my DJ. Get the Go DJs in the comments. Shout out Lil Wayne. Great song back in the early 2000s when he was at his peak. Get the Go DJs going. Show DJ Moore some love for winning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. All right, guys, appreciate you for tuning in to today's show. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to grow, trying to get to 77,000 subs here on the show. We, of course, will be live tomorrow as well, probably 4 o'clock Central Time, so turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on that. My name is Harrison Graham. Until then, bear down.